Welcome to Chapter 2, Lesson 1, titled Percent of a Number. Some students are collecting money for a local pet shelter. The model shows that they have raised 60% of their $2,000 goal, or $1,200. Fill in the decimal and the fraction equivalents for each of the percent shown in the model. Okay, so let's look at this model. At 0%, they've got 0% money, 0 as a decimal, and 0 as a fraction. At 20% of their goal, they got 0.2 as a decimal and 1 out of 5 as a fraction. Because remember, 20 out of 100, right? Divide by 20, divide by 20, equals 1 out of 5, 1/5. Okay. At 40%, they would have 0.4, and as a decimal, that would be 2/5. 60%, which is 3/5. 80%, 0.8, which is 4/5. And of course, 100, which is all of it, a whole, 5/5 or 1. Okay, so here you can see that at 0%, then 20% of 2,000 is 400, 40% is 800, 60% was 1,020, 200, 80%, almost there, 1,600, and 100% would be all $2,000. Use the model to write two multiplication sentences that are equivalent. So 60% of 2,000, so you're saying either, remember 60 was 0.6 times, when you see this of, this is very, very important, of anything, a percent of a number is multiplication. Okay, that's just how it is. Or, as a fraction, 3/5 of, which is multiplication, 2,000 equals 1,200. Now, let's see if we agree. I hate to just take what they give you and just assume that it's true. How did they get that 1,200? Where is this number even coming from? So I'm just going to do it on a separate sheet of paper, but you can squeeze it in if you have room. Well, let's try. Which way do we want to do? Let's see. 2,000 times 0.6. Okay. Well, 6 times 0, 6 times 0, 6 times 0, and then 6 times 2 is 1,200. Because we have one decimal place here, we have one decimal place in the product. Put a comma there, 1,200. Or we could do it in the fraction mode. 3/5 times 2,000. Put it over 1, because that's how you turn it. Okay, 3 times 2 is 6, so 6,000. And 5 times 1, 5. And now we just have to divide. Well, 6,000, sorry, not 60,000, divided by 5. Goes in one time. 0, 2, and then of course makes 10, which makes 0, 0, 0, 0, 1,200. So we can see multiplying as a decimal or as a fraction, they both work. So that's what this lesson is about. Taking a percent of a number. You can either use the decimal mode or you can use the fraction mode. And it's really up to you. I don't mind either way. That's what's fun about math is there's more than one way to get a right answer, but you will get the right answer if you do it properly. To find the percent of a number, such as 60% of 2,000, you can use either of the following methods. Write the percent as a fraction and then multiply, or write the percent as a decimal and then multiply. So let's try it the first way. Find 5% of 300. So we want to know what 5% of it is. So they're going to do a fraction. So 5% as a fraction is 5 out of 100, or simplest form, 1 out of 20. So of, remember that means multiplication. I told you that when you have a percent of a number, you are multiplying. So they've multiplied 1 over 20 times 300, and they've used the cross-canceling. So they've divided by 20 and divided by 20. So 1 times 15, 1 times 1, which is 15 over 1, or 15. So 5% of 300 is 15. Okay, so they use the fraction. All right, here they're going to want you to do it as a decimal. Okay, so let's check. 25% of 180. So we should know that 25% as a decimal is 0.25. And so then you multiply. So 180 times 0.25. I'll just zoom in there a little bit. 5 times 0. 5 times 8 is 40. So put down the 0, carry the 4. 5 times 1, 5 plus 4 is 9. Second row, add 0. 2 times 0. Error. So as I was doing this problem, I got stuck because this isn't right. I think the book has made a mistake because there should be 2 zeros here. I had to pause the video and I did it myself. The second row adds 0, right? And I think they just made a simple mistake because this wouldn't line up. If you look here, 0 and 0, that would be a 6 and a 12. So I don't know what they were doing there. Second row, add 0. 2 times 8. Okay, then it's 2 times 0, 0. 2 times 8, 16. Carry the 1. 2 times 1, 2, plus 1, 3. And then you add, and yes, 45. And there are 2 decimals, so here we go. I have no idea what this is about. I guess it's just a misprint. Everyone makes silly mistakes, I guess, even the math book sometimes. All right. So 25% of 180 is 45. So find the percent of a number. I don't mind which way you pick. I think maybe try doing some as a fraction and some as a decimal. And then after you've tried both, you can decide which way you like. So let's see. Maybe do these ones as decimals and these ones as fractions. Try it, and then you can pick which way you like. So for this one, you turn 40%. You need to turn it into 0.4 times 70. And for this one, it would be 50. So 0.55 times 160. And then make sure you get the answer and put it here. And then let's try this side, turning it into a fraction. So let's see. 15 out of 100. Well, we divide by 3. No, divide by 5. Divide by 5. Which would give you 3 out of 20. Okay, and then times 100. And then 75% as a fraction, well, we know that that's 3/4. It's just one of those you should know. 280. 3/4 times 280. Okay, remember you can put Any whole number is a fraction by just putting 1 underneath, then multiply across. Okay, so try it, and then think about which way you liked better. Which one were you more comfortable with? Normally, I wouldn't choose. I would just decide based on what numbers looked good. Like, for me, this is clearly 3/4, so I maybe would do this the fraction way. But this one, I don't know what the fraction is, and I really wouldn't want to mess with it. So I'd probably do this one in a decimal way. And 55, those are easy numbers to multiply. So I would let the numbers tell me. But maybe you're stronger with fractions, or maybe you're stronger with decimals. Either way. Okay, we're going to stop for there. So make sure these are done. And the other examples we'll get to on a part 2. So this is the end of part 1. All right, I will just draw a cute little drawing for you. I've been practicing my drawings, step-by-step drawings, but I didn't make these up. So, I'm getting this from like a step-by-step book. So don't let me take total credit for it. Okay, so we're making a little lawn gnome, or like a Christmas elf. So here's a body, and of course a cute little hat, and maybe some ears. Okay, this is gonna leave room for sort of a swishy beard. Maybe I'll make it a little curly. And a little nose. Oh no, he's coming out a bit angry. I wanted him to be happy looking. Oh, here, a smile, that'll help. And of course pointy ears, because they're like a little gnome or elf. Maybe a jacket with buttons. And of course we need some pointy toe shoes. Maybe, just an arm. Maybe he has his hand on his waist. And the other one he's waving at us. Okay, there you have it. I'll see you in class.